Very good morning, students. For this lecture video session, I am going to teach you a problem from the first unit by using resolution of forces. Right. Let me just read out the question and make you understand what are the details given and how to extract the input, that is the given data from this question. So here it says, determine the magnitude and direction of the resultant of system of concurrent coplanar force as shown in the figure, and it is given as the four quadrants where the 1, 2, 3, 4 forces are acting in it. So as you know, coplanar means the forces is a set of forces which will act in the same plane. Concurrent means a set of various, that is the various external forces whose line of action would be act on the same point or pass through the same point. Look at here. Here this is the point where all the forces, all the four forces are passing through. So that is concurrent. What do you mean by resultant? Resultant, when several forces or number of forces are acting on a particle or replaced by a single force which could produce the same effect as produced by the given forces. That single force is called resultant. Right. So now let me just extract the information which is given in the diagram and in the question. Right. From this diagram, let me just extract as much as information, given data. Let me take this forces F1. So there are total 4 forces are there, and this force is acting horizontally and other forces are inclined with the horizontal, isn't it? So F1, force 1 equal to 40 Newton, 40 Newton. So as I taught you in the introduction video of resolution of forces, when the force is acting horizontally, you need not to consider as 2 components, because the cos 0 is 1 and sin 0 is 0. So therefore, when the forces are acting horizontally, you need not to consider as 2 components. The same magnitude you can consider as horizontal. If the forces are acting vertically, then you need not to consider 2 components. Only vertical alone is sufficient, because sin 90 is 1, cos 90 is 0. So therefore, the magnitude of that particular force will be for only the vertical force. Right? Got it? So now therefore, you need not to consider the angle. Now let me now move to the next force, which has a magnitude 55 Newton, 55 Newton. And the angle should be taken correspondence with the horizontal, that is the x-axis. So here it is with horizontal. So theta 2 is of 45 degree. Got it? Let me just move to the next quadrant, wherein the force of magnitude 25 is acting, isn't it? So F3 is equal to 25 Newton. And the angle, look at this angle. What did I tell you? The angle should be, that inclination should be considered corresponding with the horizontal or the x-axis. Whereas in this picture, it is with vertical. So you need to find the angle with or correspondent to the horizontal. So what about this angle could be? This quadrant is 90 degree. Right. So theta 3 could be 90 minus this 30, you will get this 30. So 90 minus 30, which would be 60 degree. Correct? Right. So let me just move to the third quadrant, wherein a force which is acting here, that of magnitude 30 Newton. So F4 of magnitude 30 Newton, of 30 Newton. What about theta? That is the inclination of force 30 Newton, which is 60 degree. Look at here, this angle is with horizontal. So you can just take that same value. Got it? So is anything is missed out here? So how many data are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 forces are there which I have captured here. 1, 2, 3 inclination are there which I have captured. what needs to be found? So, to find, it says determine the magnitude and direction of the resultant. That means magnitude of resultant, which is R. R is equal to what? Next, the direction of the resultant, which is nothing but alpha is equal to what? Right. So, next, after completing given data and to find, you have to follow the solution. Before you put the formulas over here, we need to draw the resolution force diagram. Resolution force diagram. Resolution of force diagram. So, what do you mean by resolution of force? Resolution of force means finding the components of a given force in two given directions, or splitting the force in two components, right, of the given force with that means along with the fixed reference axis. So, we will have to consider if the inclined force is acting, then we will have to consider as two components. One is as vertical, the other one is horizontal. The horizontal component should be cos and vertical as sine, right. Let me just draw the diagram here. So, this is nothing but the quadrant. This is nothing but the quadrant. So, here the 40 Newton which is acting horizontally. So, you can take this as 40 Newton in a horizontal way, horizontally 40 Newton. Next, this particular force F1 has inclination of 45 degree with horizontal. So, this needs to be split into two components, one as vertical, another is horizontal. Horizontal component should be cos and vertical as sine. So, this could be 55 cos 45 degree, and its corresponding vertical component as 55 sine 45. So, how this can be done? Look at here. This is the force which is acting here. You need to consider nearest horizontal and nearest vertical force. This is the force which is acting at 45 degree. Which one is nearest horizontal? Look at here. This one could be the nearest horizontal. The arrow is facing here. So, that is how I have considered this arrow. And what about its nearest vertical? It could be here, nearest vertical. Right. So, you may say that the horizontal, you cannot even take the full rotation to have the horizontal here. What did I tell you? Nearest horizontal and nearest vertical. If this is a force, its nearest horizontal is this one and its nearest vertical is this one. So, that is how I mentioned this arrow. Then what about this force? This is outwards from the point, so I have mentioned this arrow. Look at this force which is acting in this direction. What about its nearest vertical? This could be its nearest vertical and facing the arrow downwards. This is the arrow, right? So, downwards. And look at here. What would be its nearest horizontal? If you just tilt it, the arrow would be facing towards right, So, its vertical component can be mentioned as 25 sine that not 30, because the inclination should be correspondent with horizontal, so it should be sine 60. Then what about its nearest horizontal? It should towards the positive x direction of magnitude 25 cos 60. 25 cos 60. Right. Let me just move to the third quadrant, wherein a force which is acting outwards. What about its nearest vertical? This could be its nearest vertical. So, the arrow would be facing vertically downwards. And the magnitude is 30. As being vertical, you should have the sine component, the sine 60. What about its horizontal? If you just rotate to the nearest horizontal, it should be outwards. From this point, it would be outwards. So the magnitude is 30 cos 60. 30 cos 60. Right. First, what you have to do? You have to sum of all the horizontal components or sum of all horizontal forces. So resolving all the horizontal components or horizontal forces. Horizontal components or horizontal forces, which can be denoted as summation of H, algebraic sum of horizontal components. Look at here, and you need to know the sign. That is a sign convention I have taught you in this way. So this is a positive x direction. This is positive x direction and upwards positive y. When the force acts vertically downwards means minus y. When the horizontal force which is acting towards left, then it will be of minus x. So you have to remember this one in order to substitute the values for the equation while resolving all the horizontal and vertical components. So let me just start with the first quadrant, wherein I have a force of 40 Newton magnitude, which is acting towards right. Look at here, towards right is positive sign, so I can mention this 40. Next force, look at here, the arrow is towards right. Towards right means positive sign, therefore plus 55 cos 45. So is there any horizontal component in the first quadrant? No, only two I have completed here. Let me just move to the second quadrant, wherein I have a force which is facing towards the positive x direction. Look at here, towards right. Towards right is in the sense positive sign. Therefore plus 25 cos 60 degree. 60 degree. Right. Then is there any forces in the second quadrant? No. Let me just move to the third quadrant, wherein I have a force which the arrow faces towards the left. Towards left in the sense it carries minus sign. It carries minus sign. What is the magnitude here? 30 cos 60. So you will have to calculate this value. That means you will have to, while using the calculator, you will have to be very careful to put the sign. That is a sign convention. So while using the calculator, you just input all this or feed all this information, you will get the value in terms of 76.4 Newton. How come you got the Newton? Look at here the force. The forces are of Newton. The unit of force here mentioned as Newton. Therefore, the sum of horizontal forces of Newton. In place of Newton, suppose it is mentioned kilonewton, then you have to capture here with kilonewton. So this is the sum of horizontal forces. Since the value is in positive, look at here, positive means the arrow should be shown in bracket. Arrow should be shown in the bracket. So that means the summation H which is acting in the positive x direction. So now I am going to resolve the vertical forces. Resolving the vertical forces. Resolving all the vertical components or vertical forces. All vertical components or vertical forces. Summation V, that is sum of all vertical components or sum of all vertical forces, which is equal to, so I need to just sum of all the components, that means all the four quadrants from in this resolution force diagram, isn't it? So this is a resolution force diagram. From here I need to consider. Let me just start with the first quadrant. Look at here. I have a force which is facing towards upwards. So towards upward means the positive sign. So I can mention this as 55 sin 45. 55 into sin 45. So is there any force in the vertical force in the first quadrant? No. Let me just move to the second quadrant, wherein I have a force of magnitude 25 sin 60 It is facing vertically downwards. If it is facing vertically downwards, it carries negative symbol. So minus 25 sine 60. 25 sine 60. So nothing is left out. Let me just move to the third quadrant, wherein I have a force of 30 sine 60 and the arrow faces vertically downwards. Vertically downwards means it carries negative sign. So minus the magnitude is 30 sine 60. By using calculator, you arrive the value which would be roughly minus 8.74 Newton. See, the minus sign indicates that it is the sum of forces which is acting in the minus y direction, that is vertically downwards. So this can be rewritten as summation V is equal to 8.74 Newton in vertically downward direction. Vertically downward direction. Got it? So as far as the sum of horizontal forces which is acting the positive x direction, and as far as the sum of vertical force is concerned, it is acting in the negative y direction. What about resultant? The magnitude of resultant formula is, which can be simply written as R, which is equal to root of summation of h square plus summation of v square. You just substitute these values, summation h, which of magnitude 76.4 square plus summation v value is minus 8.74 the whole square. By using the calculator, you can arrive the value which would be roughly 76.90 Newton. The resultant value, R value is 76.90 Newton. So we are halfway through because the resultant has been arrived. Right. Next, what is left out? Which is alpha. That is nothing but the direction of the resultant. So direction of resultant formula is direction of resultant can be denoted as alpha, which is in terms of tan inverse of summation v by summation h. Right. When you substitute the value in this equation, you should always feed the positive value. You should not feed in the negative value here. So alpha is equal to tan inverse of summation v value is 8.74. 8.74 divided by summation of h value is 76.4. 76.4. By using the calculator, you can arrive the value, right? So alpha would be roughly 6.53 degrees. 6.53 degree. Right. So you can consider even two decimals after the point. You can consider after the dot. You can consider two decimals. That is more than adequate. So with this, I have completed this problem. What are things need to be found here? Resultant, that is the magnitude of resultant, and the direction of the resultant. The both have been arrived from this given question. What is next? So there are procedure. First you will have to mention given data. Second one is to find. Third one is solution. The fourth one or the last one, not but the least one, is result. Since I don't have sufficient space over there, let me just wipe off this portion, this given data, and let me just capture the result here. So the result should be written as result. If you want to just write the value, I am going to represent in a graphical way. So first let me just draw the four quadrants, and now I am going to capture the summation h value, summation v value, and r value and alpha value in this picture. Just follow carefully how I am going to capture or produce those information in this quadrant. So as you know, this is positive summation H value, that is positive summation value. Here positive summation V value. As far as here it is summation negative value. What about here? Negative summation H value. Now you just look at the answer which has arrived here. Summation H is in positive direction. Look at here, direction. Therefore, this will come in this portion only, in the positive X direction only. Let me just look at the summation V value, which carries negative value, which carries negative, that is summation value is negative, therefore it is downwards. So here it is negative, therefore it will carry here only. So rest I am just going to wipe off, because for your understanding only I just written here positive, negative thing, right? Right? So this is the summation H value. Summation H is equal to 76.4 Newton and summation V equal to 8.74 in the negative direction. What about resultant? As I taught you, the resultant should be between these two forces, right? And it is passing diagonal of these two forces, right? Diagonal of forces, and look at this alpha. Alpha should be considered with horizontal. So that means from the horizontal we have to take 6.54 degree and just draw. This is the resultant, which would be 76.9 Newton. What about the direction? There is an angle of resultant which is 6.53 degree. Or if you want, you just mention alpha is equal to 6.53. So based on the values summation H and summation V, you will have to capture this graphical representation. If the value both are in negative, then it will come in the third quadrant. If both the values are in positive, the resultant would capture in the first quadrant. If summation V is positive, summation H is negative, the resultant force will be captured in the second quadrant. Just remember it. So for that reason only I have shown that arrow here. This would be easy for you to capture. This was right. So definitely the summation H should be here. This was negative direction, that is downwards. So here it is downwards, right? So with this I have completed this question that by solving all the procedure. Hope you have understood how to solve the problems which has several forces when the forces are concurrent and acting in the same plane, that is coplanar, by using the resolution of force method. Thank you.